Hi, I'm Dr. Melissa West, and welcome to Thirsty Thursdays. Today's juicing video was a request from David for a juicing recipe with cabbage in it. So this is going to be an exciting educational video about cabbage. And there's been so much great interaction on the juicing and smoothie videos over the last few weeks and months. So thank you for leaving your comments and questions below and interacting on the membership site and on YouTube and on my website. And it's just been fantastic. So I wanted to address some of the frequently asked questions that have been coming up and some of the comments that have been coming up. One of the most often asked questions that I've been getting on Facebook and on my website and in email all over is, how many times a day do you juice, Melissa? And I generally juice 2 times a day. I juice once in the morning before my breakfast on an empty stomach, and I juice once before dinner on an empty stomach. Now, the reason why I juice twice a day is because I'm using juices medicinally. I'm using juices to help me with my migraines. So I'm juicing in a very specific way to help alleviate pain in my head. And so I'm using lots of ginger, I'm using lots of mint, I'm using lots of beets and things to help me relieve my migraines. So if you're dealing with a chronic illness like IBS or arthritis or irritable bowel syndrome, these would be great reasons to juice more than once a day. But if you're just doing juicing for maintenance, I would say once a day would be enough. So that's my recommendation on juicing. Chronic illnesses, twice a day. Otherwise, I think once is more than enough. Also, I think because we are putting up all these juicing videos and smoothie videos, people think that I don't eat. But I do eat as well. So I eat as well. So after I juice, I have breakfast and I have dinner. So I chew as well. And I'm not advocating just juicing or just eating smoothies. I think it is really important to chew as well. So for breakfast, I usually have quinoa porridge with fruit and almond butter in it. So I think it's important to have lots of fats. And I always have pumpkin seeds on top. So all those ingredients you see me putting in my smoothies and in my juices, I also chew as well. So, and my cocktail hour juice is usually followed with dinner, like a rice bowl with brown rice, legumes, fresh vegetables, and seeds on top. So I eat too. I juice and chew. So I hope that clears things up for people. Okay, let's get on to today's juice. The great thing about cabbages is that there are so many different kinds of cabbage to choose from. There's green and red and Savoy and bok choy, Chinese cabbage, kohlrabi, and Brussels sprouts. And the very unfortunate thing was this week when we went to the grocery store is that they all look like caca. So what we did was, the great thing is that our garden is in full swing and we were able to pull some really beautiful greens. We were able to pull some really beautiful bok choy from our garden, which is technically a cabbage. So I'm going to take some bok choy out of the garden here for our juice this morning, leaving some so we can still have some growing. And also, we're going to juice with some kohlrabi today, which is also a cabbage. Now, what I've been finding is that the produce from the grocery store is like really substandard right now because there's so much really great produce coming in the farmers markets right now out of our gardens. It's just that time of year. So I'm actually not going to juice the greens. Look at, they're looking a little sad. So I'm going to juice the greens from my garden because they're so much more fresh and they're more organic. But I am going to juice the bulb of this kohlrabi. It's part of the cruciferous vegetables, and all those cruciferous vegetables are so great for fighting cancer. So Cabbage has many health benefits, including being antibacterial. They prevent cancer. They help improve your memory. They are antioxidant. They detoxify, and they're anti-inflammatory, and they boost your immune system. And cancer may even be beneficial to diabetics in lowering blood sugar levels. So today we're going to do a juice that will help with your digestion. You guys all know how much I love working on our digestion. I have a yoga for digestion video that is like an all-time favorite. Yogis believe that digestion is the seat of health, so if we can look after our digestion system, everything else falls into place. So we're going to juice the head of a baby bok choy that we pulled from my garden, peel and cut up. We're going to juice one fennel, one whole fennel, and 2 apples, and an inch of ginger root. We're going to put all those ingredients together, and we'll add a dash of cinnamon on top at the end. Okay, so here's our juice. There's actually quite a bit of foam on this, so I'm just going to take the foam off the top. Those vegetables that we juiced had a lot of water content in it. So the kohlrabi and the fennel all had a lot of water in them, which makes for a great juice. Going to just stir that up. Got a whisk here today. And then we're actually going to add the cinnamon here because it's going to be easier to whisk it in here. Whisk that up. Cinnamon is really fantastic. There's been a lot of studies that show that cinnamon helps reduce your cravings for sugar, so it gives it like a sweet taste without adding sugar. So if you're trying to cut back on sugar, it's a nice thing to add to your cooking and juices. So see how much water there is in that. Just goes right through that strainer. And then we'll strain that. Oh, I forgot my straws today. So here is our lovely juice with 2 different forms of cabbage in it. Let's give it a try. It's quite nice. So the fennel makes it nice and sweet, and the extra cinnamon sweetens it up and balances out that cruciferous taste. So cheers, enjoy it. Thanks for leaving your comments below.
Finding a great yoga class is becoming more costly and difficult. Now there's a better way to self-improvement in the privacy of your own home. Visit Dr. Melissa West at melissawest.com and start getting free weekly online videos. Real yoga for real people.